Hi, and welcome to Motivator, your gateway to strength and endurance success. Today I want to talk to you about mindset, what it is, and how making the smallest of changes can make the biggest impact in your life. Let me ask you a quick question. If you were confronted with a challenging task, would you give it a red-hot go or procrastinate, maybe even back up the procrastination with excuses or reasons? Your own answer to this question is usually determined by the kind of mindset you have. I am here today to tell you that anyone can change their mindset, and the great thing is, we can do this by implementing the smallest of changes in our habits and behaviours. Let me introduce you to a concept I call the 1 degree shift. So what is mindset? Put simply, a mindset is a set of ideas and attitudes that shape the way that someone thinks about themselves and the world. Someone's mindset will determine the way they behave, their outlook on life, and their attitude towards everything that's going on around them. The great thing for you is, for you to truly get amazing results, the results that you deserve, the results that brought you here in the first place, you won't have to change your whole outlook on life. You won't have to ditch all of your friends and get a divorce or anything as drastic as that. Remember what I said? It's called the 1 degree shift, meaning you only need to change one thing at a time to change your entire outcome. I love it when I ask someone one of the following questions, and they know what the answer is, but they are just not ready to answer honestly. Why don't you give it a try? What's one thing you could stop doing now that isn't serving you well? In other words, what is maybe one habit you could change that would make the world of difference? This could also be asked in this way. What's one thing you could start doing now in order for you to really make a difference in your life? If yours is a fat loss goal, and believe me when I say this, I have been there before. Prior to getting fit, I was literally 20 kilograms heavier than I am right now, and I was extremely unfit. Can you believe I used to smoke and drink almost every day? I'm shocked when I think about it myself. So what would you say if I said you could change one habit now for long-term weight loss success? Would you do it? Of course you would, right? It's one thing. I'm not asking you to quit sugar and coffee and beer and dessert and pizza and all of those things that you love to do that form your eating habits. I'm asking you to change one thing, a 1 degree shift, a 1 degree shift in your habits, but also in your perspective on the way you look at things. Imagine you were driving along a dead straight road. As long as you kept the wheel facing directly ahead, you would eventually end up at the other end of the straight road. You would have stayed in your lane the whole time. But what if you turn the wheel only 1 degree? That's right, before long you would be drifting off the road. Most people are looking for a quick fix when it comes to fitness and fat loss. But the truth is, it's a lifelong commitment. Another question I get asked a lot is, how long will it take to lose weight? As you can imagine, this is not an easy question to answer, as there are so many contributing factors. Nutrition and diet, exercise and sleep, alcohol and hydration, the list goes on and on. What I can say is this: for long-term, sustainable results, you should aim to reduce your weight over the same period of time, if not longer, than it took for you to accumulate it in the first place. What? But surely if I make a few changes to my diet and exercise more, I'm going to lose weight, right? The answer is yes and no. You will lose weight. But unless the changes you make to your diet and exercise are sustainable indefinitely, the weight will come back, and usually worse than before. That's right. 4-week, 6-week, and 12-week programs don't work in the long run. Even this program won't work if your plan is only to do it for 30 days or 3 months and then go back to your regular habits. This is why we make it more affordable to do the program over a 12-month period. Health and fitness is a lifestyle choice, not something you can do and then tick off your bucket list. The changes made to your diet in a lot of these short-term programs are too dramatic for you to maintain for any longer than the program itself. And the creators of these programs know this. That's why they charge you money, and usually quite a substantial amount. They know that once the program is finished, the weight will slowly start to creep back on. So the only solution you are left with is to pay for another program. Genius, right? Personally, I think it's a pile of crap. So how can you achieve long-lasting results? That's easy. To start with, you need only make one change to your habits. Then be patient and monitor your progress. Remember, for long-lasting results, it's going to take some time, especially if the fat you are trying to shift has been there for a long time. Please note, weight is only one way to measure your progress. Don't forget the tape measure, photos, and your clothing. There's nothing more rewarding than being able to fit into something that hasn't fit for years, especially that favorite pair of jeans, right? The next thing I am about to tell you is very important. If your clothes no longer fit because they are too big, which is great, please donate them to a charity. If you decide to keep them, subconsciously you are also deciding that one day you will fit into these clothes again. So what is a 1-degree shift? Let's look at long-term results as a simple equation, and we'll continue with the example of fat loss. But the 1-degree shift can be applied to anything. Calories in versus calories out. What does that mean? That's easy. Consume more calories than you burn off, then the remaining calories are stored as fat. Simple maths. The metabolic rate or metabolism refers to all the chemical processes that go on continuously inside your body. It is influenced by your age, gender, muscle to fat ratio, the food you eat, and physical activity. Your hormones and nervous system control your body's metabolism. Your body's metabolic rate, or total energy expenditure, can be divided into 3 components. These are, number 1, basal metabolic rate, or BMR. This is the amount of calories or kilojoules burned at rest. BMR includes the energy the body uses to keep all its systems functioning correctly. It accounts for the largest amount of energy expended daily, between 50 and 80% of your daily energy use. Number 2, energy used during physical activity. In a reasonably active person who does 30 to 45 minutes of moderate intensity physical activity a day, this component contributes 20% of daily energy use. And lastly, number 3, the thermic effect of food. This is the energy you use to eat, digest, and metabolize food. It contributes to about 5 to 10% of your energy use. Generally, women who want to lose weight should consume 1,200 calories or approximately 5,000 kilojoules a day. Let me give you a great example. Everyone loves a cup of tea, right? But what if you like to have 5 a day? And what if all of those cups of tea had a dash of milk? And what if you also like to sweeten your tea with 2 teaspoons of sugar? You get where I'm going, right? Over the course of one day, that's 1 1/4 cups of milk, around 130 calories, and 10 teaspoons of sugar, which is about 160 calories. That's almost 1/3 of your daily caloric intake just in tea. That doesn't leave a lot of room for food. So let me ask you again for real this time. What's one thing you should stop doing right now that isn't serving you well? Or what's one thing you could start doing now in order for you to really make a difference in your life? You could simply start by saying no.